ever on a Thursday morning around this time. Time to catch up with our movie critic, James Luxford from Stratford-upon-Avon, to get their good, bad and on-demand of movie picks for Coventry and Warwickshire, and frankly, just to find out whether there is something else other than the James Bond to be watching in Coventry and Warwickshire this weekend. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
First of all, welcome back, because we missed you last week because you were at the London Film Festival, weren't you?
I was, yes, and very happy to be back. A little bit strange to be back in a festival with, the big venues, and thankfully packed out with journalists and in the public screenings with just festival goers. But catching a lot of the things that will be coming up in the next few months, and probably hopefully be vying for Oscars.
Okay. Anything in particular sort of you want to mention now, tip us off about?
I caught a little bit of the movie Spencer, obviously with Kristen Stewart playing Princess Diana, and King Richard, which is the story of the father of Serena and Venus Williams, with Will Smith playing the lead role, and Last Night in Soho, which is a horror movie with directed by Edgar Wright, who you may remember from Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
All really good movies, and I think so many things have been postponed and moved over the last sort of 18 months. I think we've got a really exciting lead in to the rest of the year with, I think, big movies every week.
Well, certainly a couple you mentioned there, Spencer, Life of Lady Diana Spencer, and certainly the choice of lead there, I think, couldn't be better cast, could it? And Will Smith as Richard Williams, father of, as you say, Serena and Venus. Again, imagine he's going to do more than justice to that role. Can't wait for both of those. Rather more immediately, movies out this weekend for us, for you to run the gamut over. Let's start with your good suggestion for this weekend.
My good suggestion for this week is Venom, Let There Be Carnage in cinemas Friday. Tom Hardy returns as Venom, the Marvel anti-hero possessed by an alien who must face a new villain called Carnage, played by Woody Harrelson.
We should be out there snacking on bad guys. I am a predator. I need to be free.
You have got to get control of your aggression, or you will get hauled off into Area 51.
Now, I saw a trailer for this when I was in for the Bond movie, and I thought Woody Harrelson looks like a really good baddie for a start. And then the second part of me thought, is it nothing more than a poor man's Alien versus Predator? You may have thoughts on both of those things. I don't know.
I thought this was good fun. I do think it is a bit of an antidote to the more serious superhero movies. And you're right, Woody Harrelson is a terrific villain. I think he's good in really almost anything he sets his mind to, and I think he's a great villain here, very intimidating. But the first film, I think, of Venom struggled a little bit because it went on a bit long and it went in too many directions. Here, it's about an hour shorter, and it concentrates on what worked, which was Tom Hardy playing two parts, the human side of the character and the Venom character, the sort of modulated voice you heard there, kind of almost bickering within the same body, and it's all sort of darkly comic effect. And I thought it was really good. I think it's very entertaining. Is it going to change the cinema industry? I don't think so, but I think it's a very entertaining sort of hour and a half of action and a little bit of comedy.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage, opening at Coventry and Warwickshire cinemas this weekend. James's good suggestion. Let's go on to your bad then.
My bad is The Addams Family 2 in cinemas now, an animated sequel where the family go on holiday in an attempt to reconnect with their daughter Wednesday.
It's hideous. It's monstrous. It's the old Addams camper. It's time for some family bonding.
What? Huh?
We are going on a road trip.
This is cruel, even for you.
You can see what they're doing. Obviously, Halloween's coming, isn't it? And they thought they could make a buck out of this by extending the franchise.
Yes, I thought the first film was quite charming. I think it worked very well with the cast. Oscar Isaac, you heard there as Gomez, and Chloe Grace Moretz as Wednesday. This one, I think, has a bit of a problem sequel. Many sequels have, in that the first film made a lot of money, and we don't really know where to go next. And I think. There's some laughs here and there, but overall it's a bit flat, and that disappoints me. I'm a big fan of the Addams Family, the series, the '90s movies, and as I say, the first animated film. But this just didn't have too much. It's not the worst film in the world, but I think certainly in terms of family choices, the next few weeks there's going to be a lot better available to you.
Okay, good advice on that one. Your on-demand pick, something available on Apple TV Plus from Friday.
It's the Velvet Underground, as you say, on Apple TV Plus Friday. It's a documentary about the legendary band, the Velvet Underground, in the New York of the 60s that inspired them.
We started getting a following, but a lot of radio stations wouldn't play our stuff.
The sound, not only was it new, but it was radically different. His music sounded like nothing else. And all of a sudden, it would stop like that, and the audience would be dead silent. The Velvet Underground had hypnotized them.
There's something there about this sort of wave of really authentic, grainy documentaries, and this is just the latest one.
Absolutely, there's a lot of those coming out at the moment. We've got Peter Jackson's Beatles documentary coming to Disney Plus in a few weeks, and this is from Todd Haynes, who you may remember directed Velvet Goldmine about 20 years ago, which was sort of a similar exploration of this kind of scene, and also the movie Carol. And I think it's a very unique, very arty film, which is appropriate for the band, I think. I do think you have to be a fan to get the most from it. It's not for the newcomers, but I suppose that's sort of the nature of these documentaries. It's an impressive celebration of the music and the people and the time in which this band came out.
Good stuff, James. Appreciate it, and good insight on some of the goss from the London Film Festival as well. Always good to catch up with you. Thanks very much. Speak again next week.
Thank you very much.
James Luxford from Stratford-upon-Avon, our movie critic, and their good, bad, on-demand choices every Thursday morning.